It's an absolute pleasure to have IPBN have their third edition on tourism here in the world of wine in the beautiful city of Porto. This is a city that is seeing extraordinary growth in tourism. It provides a huge amount of opportunity for further growth and further innovation, and I think a conference that was done today provides an extraordinary exchange of ideas that will help both us here in Portugal and of course hopefully help people in Ireland.
IPBN provided us today a very insightful opportunity. We were here today at this wonderful site at WoW, discussing the challenges, the benefits, the opportunities also of tourism sector. So it was my great honor and pleasure to be here with you all to discuss all these matters that are very dear to us Portuguese, but also to the Irish people.
There's so many learnings that we can share. I was sharing my experience of the Wild Atlantic Way to see how northern Portugal can maybe learn from us. But during COVID times, we very much learned from Portugal. We really learned from your example of creating the COVID safety stamp, and it was a great example of how good ideas can be replicated and that we can all really collaborate, and it makes everybody stronger.
So it was a really successful event this morning, and I think one of my key takeaways was the unknown alliance that happened during COVID. And Miriam Kennedy, who heads up the Wild Atlantic Way, was talking about how she used Rita Marcus's ideas during the COVID pandemic for the clean and safe. So there was already some alliance between the two countries that we didn't know. And now, of course, those two people know each other and we can maybe further that relationship. So for me, that was the key takeaway.
A really interesting morning of insights from both sides, from the Portugal side, but also from the Irish side. We had Miriam giving insights on the tourism initiative, the Wild Atlantic Way, and some amazing insights specific to northern Portugal. What an opportunity it is and what a time for northern Portugal. Obviously in Ireland we know Lisbon, we know the Algarve, we know Porto, but there seems to be so much more to learn and travel within the northern region. So really exciting, good insights. Yeah, clearly an exciting time for northern Portugal tourism.
Key moments that I remembered from the conference is how Miriam was able to explain the story of the Wild Atlantic Way and how she was able to take small projects across 60 municipalities and actually join them together into effectively a way which spanned 2,500 kilometers. And there's a similar project, or it's not a project, it's potentially even a bigger brand, which is where I originally come from, in County Antrim, which is the Causeway Coast. Now the Causeway Coast has great branding for the reason that it has iconic places, but it doesn't have small-scale projects which are able to feed off that. And Miriam was able to say how those small-scale projects provide the lifeblood effectively for turning a tourism experience of perhaps, which is a snapshot, into a tourism experience which is really a lasting memory. So that was a key takeaway. Also the fact how that could be applied here in Portugal, how much coastline we have here, how many iconic venues we have or iconic places we have, how small community stories, how small tourism projects could feed off that.
We are very excited to be here in an amazing venue, the Wall of Wine, the art gallery, with a great lineup of speakers, and we are really here to create partnership, collaboration, and show the innovation and sustainability side of this part of Portugal.